show. Today I am super excited. For the first time ever, I have a guest with me. And this guest is not just an ordinary human to me. I always cry every time I talk about her because she is incredibly instrumental into my transformation, my change, and my happiness level in life. She is why I'm able to function and do what I do and feel amazing about 90% of the time. And as we know, life is, and I'll quote Anne, life is a shit show sometimes.
Thank you for sharing that, Deb.
It's a shit show.
Yeah.
It can be a shit show. And even despite the shit show, Anne has taught me techniques and ways to cope with it, to deal with it, to move through it, to move on with it, to move away from it, whatever is needed. This woman has taught me so much that I can attain a level of peace and abundance and success and just personal happiness. So I am so excited to have you here today. This is Anne Elizabeth Quinn, my mentor extraordinaire. So if you would just take a moment to just tell everybody what it is you do here at the center and all around everywhere else.
Okay, I'm a professional workshop leader and keynote speaker, and I lead retreats for women all over the Northeast, and I offer programs like this specializing in holistic health, personal renewal, freedom from addiction, and I do focus a lot on women's issues.
What I always find remarkable about you is that you're so down to earth. You get it.
Right.
Many times when I would sit with you, the most assuring thing I would hear from you or see or observe from you is you would just sit back and you would nod. And you would nod, and then you would say something like, yeah, I get it. So how is it, or what is it, that makes you know? Where did you come from? What is, how do you know?
The School of Hard Knocks. The colors were black and blue. Through my own challenges, as a teenage girl, as a young mother, as a single divorced woman, struggling with demons of my own over the years, I was fortunate enough to find help. And that help turned my life around. And I became committed at that time to helping other people. And it's turned out to be primarily women, not only women, but primarily women who want to change, who need to change, and don't know what to do. And there's this wonderful line from The Cat in the Hat. If you ever read The Cat in the Hat to the boys, there's this wonderful line from that book. It goes, look at me now. It's fun to have fun, but you've got to know how. And so I think the difference in my programs, although there are other people as well, is they're much more how-to focused. I like women to walk out with skills, with tools, with techniques, with things they can try and experience and experiment with. And then one small change begets the next, and a lot of it has to do with, I made a decision in my life that I was either going to be part of the problem or I was going to be part of the solution. And today I've decided to be on the side of the solution, to make the world just a little bit better place for my sphere of influence, which is the people that I love and that love me, and then for the larger sphere of influence.
Which is amazing, because that's how it works. That once we get ourselves healthy and do what we need to do to function, then we touch so many lives. Because through you, I'm able to do my work and share it with people, and then they share it with people, and that's just how it's supposed to go. So it's just amazing.
And you really do hold on to it. I know you have discovered this, Deb. You really do hold on to it by just giving it away. And also, a lot of the people that I work with are young mothers. And the joy that I've experienced over seeing their children change and seeing them change toward their children, it's really been very rewarding.
And you're really remarkable at that very thing of stopping the cycle of dysfunction in its tracks. You've gotten me to see, like, wow, what you're doing is is a path that's really not going to lead to such greatness. So, putting it mildly. I'll refrain from detail.
But that's for another show,
that's a
right?
Whole
That's for a whole other segment.
But that's what's remarkable, because so many women in particular are listening, mostly mothers, and we're stressed out.
Yeah.
We don't know how to take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We feel completely responsible for these little beings that we love so much, but we don't know what to do with because we're drowning.
Right.
You know, so much is going on.
Right.
So that point alone is so valuable to get women educated.
Mm-hmm. And also for these young moms, you know, is when you're flying, and the flight attendant says, for those of you traveling with small children, in the event of an emergency, put your own oxygen mask on first. Ergo, you can't help anyone else if you can't breathe. All right? And so many women are being pulled in 88 different directions, and it's very difficult really to help anyone else if you can barely help yourself. You know, if you're limping along, exhausted, angry, enraged, resentful, bitter, oh, lucky you, I'm your mother. No, do you know what I mean? So, I mean, the real deal is to love yourself. I'm quoting Louise Hay, one of my gurus, you know. It is in self-love that you're able to love other people, not in giving everything away. No, 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 as you know. Not just give yourself away until you're on fumes, right? You're on fumes. No.
And that's something you say a lot in your workshops. I hear you say to women, to whoever's attending, but women, invest in yourselves. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I love to talk about that, which is that women in particular will do anything for their children. Am I right or wrong? Little ones, teenage ones, adult ones. And then we start the next generation for your children's children, for the grandchildren, for the husbands, the boyfriends, the lovers, the girlfriends, whoever you're with, whatever, co-workers, elderly parents, pull. And yet, those same women who would buy their children a pair of $100 sneakers, or we're going on a field trip to New York, here's your Broadway ticket money, whatever it is, will see a class that intrigues them. Oh, I can't afford that. Or see an outfit they absolutely love. It's really like too much money, you know. Or we'll get something on the menu they really don't like as opposed to what they do really want to get because it's more expensive. So in other words, there is no mountain too high for other people. But when it comes to yourself, it all looks so big. You know, the Broadway show you want to see, whatever it is, the trip to Europe, whatever. Because everyone and everything literally has to come first. And what that does is it produces an angry person. It produces a person that feels deprived, that feels sad. And what I always say to women is, we're the ones, for the most part, I mean, these guys do, but, you know, we're the ones giving comfort. We're the ones nurturing. We're the ones with the big, like, warm quilt and the fever and stay home with mommy when you don't, whatever. Who's comforting you? Who's nurturing you? Where is your joy coming from? And that is answered by beginning to give yourself comfort, soothing yourself, learning to self-soothe, learning to be surrounded by people that like you and maybe love you and want your highest good, and letting other people that don't work and play nicely with others go to another sandbox.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially, I think, in this day and age, is because we're all working, or most of us are working. We're guilty because we feel like, oh, maybe we should do more because, I'm not there with them. I'm not, you know, so I have to do more. But that's actually the exact opposite.
You do less, and here it comes. Your children do more. Your children do more. Okay? Children feel good about themselves and build self-esteem when they're part of a family, when they know how to do things. Once a child is 8 or 9 years old, they should be learning to cook. They should be running the washer and the dryer and the vacuum cleaner and who knows what else. Instead of mom and or dad doing double time and a half, let little Johnny and little Susie, you know, pick up some of that slack. And what you're doing is you're investing in their self-esteem.
Which is huge.
Which is huge.
Which is truly the origin of all of it.
of all of it. You're investing in their self-esteem. And also they understand what it means to be a part of a home and a family. It doesn't mean one person does that. It means we all participate in that.
Thank you so much. You are the
Deborah,
first
thank
guest I've
you.
had on here, which is just perfect because
I adore
just
you.
how
You
the
know
universe.
that.
Oh,
You know that.
there's-
Adore you.
Adore.
Yeah,
It's
adore.
an adoration club here.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Hope that was informative. You're going to hear a lot more from me and certainly a lot more from Quinn as you keep subscribing to this channel and as you keep attending workshops with Ann and here at the center. So
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe, click below, and click like if you liked this because I really like the likes. Thank you.
It's like to be liked.
And remember, it is what it is
Yeah.
until it isn't.
Exactly. And life happens, and it happens daily. Have you noticed?